Welcome to the F-Zero Grand Prix, where it takes place in 2560, where you drive a hover car and race through 15 courses in 3 leagues. Okay, I'll stop trying to wrap this one. Okay, so like I mentioned earlier, you start off with 4 riders, 15 courses, and 3 leagues, Knight, Queen, and King. And the goal is to make it to a higher rank from 1st to 3rd in order to complete the league. And the game is basically through hover cars, which means you have to avoid hazards during the race, which you got a power bar in order to do so. So if you take damage, you can go to this aisle to recover. But you need to keep racing because if you stop, then you will lose the race. Whether by driving off the track, or if your power bar is empty, or worse, getting overranked, or making it to the next lap while at a lower rank below the safe. And there are 5 laps in each race. You also got a super jet, which will speed you up. But use this if you slow down, because in most cases, you might lose control. Which, in that case, the turning can get unresponsive if used. Also, hitting the track or hitting hazards will drain your power bar. There's also this jump right there, which if you jump and hold up, you will jump lower, while holding down will make you jump higher. This is recommended in some stages. Oh yeah, and driving off track will slow you down. But while the game can get tricky at times, there is a helpful way. If you hold L or R while turning, you will turn faster, which is useful for harder tracks, but you'll still crash in some occasions though, unless if you hold the brake button, especially on an icy track. But of course, you'll still have to watch out for those opponents if you bump into them. That'll make you turn unresponsive. Oh, and watch out for these exploding hover cars, because bumping into them will also drain your power bar. Also, taking damage will also drain your speed, which the more damage you take, the lower the speed it will get. Which I mentioned before, if it's empty, you lose the race. And you also get 3 chances in the game, unless if you get an extra life if you do very well. But if you use up all of your lives and lose, you gotta do the league all over again. It also has 4 vehicles you can choose from, which all of them have different stats, that is. But it also has practice mode, which you can either ride yourself or with a rival car. This is useful for tracks if you're not doing well. Oh yeah, and the hazards will take time to get used to at least. But one last thing to say about F-Zero, that it is arguably one of the best launch titles for the Super Nintendo, alongside with Super Mario World. Like, it was creative. The idea of making a racing game, but with hover cars, is brilliant. Like, you can choose up to 4 characters, Captain Falcon, Dr. Stewart, Pixo, and Samurai Goro. Like, it was pretty impressive to use 3D environment for a 16-bit console. And that is impressive work there. Really impressive work. But what I found out is that they used Mod 7 to make this. But entirely, this is one game you've got to try out. Whether it's a rental or a physical copy. So that's my review. But until then, I'll see you in the next review.